I need to get the sage spray back out.
Yeah, you
I still
do.
have some, so.
You should probably do that, Brie.
Yep, probably should.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
So, before I get to that, though, I have something really sad to share. By the time this comes out, TikTok will be gone.
Oh, is it officially going?
So as of right now, yes, but the senator, one of the senators of like Massachusetts, I said that wrong on purpose.
Can you hear my kids?
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Guys! The entire night you have been quietly playing with Legos. I really don't want any interruptions. Like literally the entire time we've been out there watching Full House, and she has been quietly playing with her Legos on the floor. And she's jumping on the trampoline out there. Don't have kids.
Okay, well. Oh, too late.
I'm telling our neighbors it's too late for us. We're gone. God, I love my kids.
One of the senators, he like put in a motion or whatever and be like, no, let's push it back a couple months, you know. So we'll see.
I wonder what that means for like the videos that we've made. Do they disappear?
Okay, so what will happen is the app will slowly stop being usable because it won't be able to update to like keep up with the functionality of everything. So like we'll be able to use it for like maybe a month or so, and then we'll start seeing some bugs on it. And then eventually it will be unusable. Now, as for videos and everything like that, you can still save everything, but I don't know if that will go into effect, you know, with the bugs, like if they stop being viewable or things like that. So, what people are saying is I feel very informative actually right now. What people are saying is to save everything to your devices.
Yeah. And then like repost on Facebook Reels.
Yeah, or like if there's videos that you've saved for like recipes or whatever, like save it to your computer or your
There are
phone.
like apps for that now for the saving recipe videos apparently.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I keep on getting ads for it on Facebook. I just do I do Facebook Reels now. I don't even get on TikTok.
So lame.
If I get on TikTok, it is to make a video so I can post it onto Facebook.
You are so lame.
I know.
So, what are people doing now? Well, as of right now, most of everyone is like sitting and waiting to see what happens. But guess what? There's another app that is equivalent to TikTok over in Asia. And that is what everyone is going to. It's called Red Note. And guess who's real big mad about that? The government.
Oh.
Yeah. Because the whole reason why they're banning TikTok is because
that's what I thought.
China's taking our data.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I was just like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why are we going to a new app that's owned by the same country?
Because nobody cares.
Yeah.
And it's not owned by China. It's not owned by China. The algorithm isn't owned by China. It's owned by a man that lives in Singapore.
Okay, Elon Musk, then come out with a better app for America.
Okay, look what he did to Twitter, though.
Look what he did to Twitter. I don't get on Twitter. Twitter's so stupid. I don't even get on Twitter for the podcast.
He bought X. He bought X and completely ran it to the ground.
Oh.
So, probably not the best person to do it. So, okay, hold on. So, there's more to this, okay, Brie? So, everyone's like, I don't care if they have my data because, like, literally, who am I talking to? My grandma? Like, Okay, like you're spying. There's a Chinese spy spying on me for what? Like he's watching me order too much stuff from Temu. Like
They're getting your voice. They're
Yeah,
getting your name. That is
I
legit
know.
stuff,
Okay,
Amy.
they're taking my voice. Okay, like,
So that you can call and get people's information.
but the
It's
whole
like
point
all with
is
this
like
whole scammer thing.
but that so one app is doing that. You know who else is doing that? Messenger.
I was about to say probably
Messenger
Facebook.
So Messenger has access. When you read their terms and agreement, it gives them permission to open up all of your apps, everything that you have, all of your contacts and phone numbers and the names of everyone in your contacts and your voice recording, all of that you give information to. So why aren't we doing it with Messenger? It's because, Brie, and this kind of ties into what I'm talking about today. It is because of the government wanting control over what the narrative is around news and what's happening around world events. They want to control it, and they don't like that TikTok gives a platform that is not censored like Facebook and
Yeah, they're trying to
Twitter.
hide stuff from us.
Yes, and where TikTok,
Aliens are
because
freaking real and TikTok made.
yes, so they don't like that. That's why it's all getting banned. So I'm over on RedNote. I downloaded RedNote and I made a profile. And guess what, Brie? I'm gonna learn Mandarin before I go onto Instagram Reels or Facebook Reels or
All right.
YouTube Shorts.
I'm going to hold you to it, buddy.
I already have it downloaded.
Really? You're learning
Yeah.
Mandarin? I want to learn Mandarin.
Yeah, it's on Duolingo.
That's cool. Is it free?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Heck
I
yeah,
want to
dude.
learn Mandarin. That's freaking sick.
They tell you to buy the subscription now. If I run out of hearts, I practice for hearts. I mean, I'm learning French right now, but I'm going to learn Mandarin. I'm signing up for it.
All right. I'll learn it with you.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, so my question after all of that is, do you think that technology has gone too far? Like, it's obviously taking over the planet, right? But like, do you think it's gone too far?
yeah.
Me too.
Yes.
I don't.
Technology has gotten to the point to where it terrifies me.
I think that AI, that stuff is cool.
It's
But
terrifying how
we don't
smart it
need
is,
it.
though. No, we
Yeah,
don't need it.
we don't need
We're
it.
able to function like medical wise, like technology, like updating technology and getting new technology is great. Like we could advance, but we don't do shit to advance medical
Right.
because
Like,
there's a cure for cancer out there.
right.
Promise you it. I would put my entire life savings, which is not a lot, on it. There's a cure for cancer out there.
Yeah, I agree.
But like updating like their software, their technology, their machines and everything, that's where it should be first, not our cars, not our phones. Like
Right.
we're fine.
We don't need a robot to make us
Nope.
an art picture of a dinosaur that's shaped like a banana.
No one has seen iRobot. Tesla's driving themselves scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Because like, what if something were to happen? What if someone were to hack into it? And also, I think that also happened in Fast and Furious. A bunch of cars got hacked into. Cars that had computers in them. Yeah, it did. It for sure did.
Okay. I believe you. I don't remember.
Dude, that's freaking freaky. Like if someone wanted to really, if more people got Teslas, someone wanted to be like a terrorist or something, all they would have to do is like hack into all these freaking smart cars and like.
Isn't that what happened just recently?
No, with the trucks? No, that was an actual terrorist attack. An act of terrorism is what they said.
Act of terrorism. Yeah. Because that's what's happening to.
It was so sad.
That is what
there was
is
a copycat though.
Too. Yeah.
Or they were a copycat.
Luigi Mangioloni. They're charged him with an act of terrorism.
Okay. Yeah. You know he's in jail with Diddy.
Yeah, I feel so bad for him.
I do too, but I just All this Diddy stuff. Ugh,
Do you know that they
crazy.
also are sharing the same legal team or some of the same legal team?
Wow, it's because the Luigi guy, a lot of higher end people
They
got
have
his
a lot of
back.
money. Yeah.
Yeah, people are for what he did.
But it's really sad because from what I've heard last about Luigi is that his family is not behind him. They're like,
Oh, I
"No,
mean,
you
probably
did a
because it
bad
doesn't
job."
look good for them,
Aw, it's real
and they're
sad though. I
a
mean,
good.
I know that they're probably paying for it,
I
but
mean, I wouldn't want my kid going to kill someone, right or wrong, and like making a public thing about it and risk like ruining their entire life for it.
yeah.
So
I would still be there for my kid though, because but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in that picture
I would be
position.
there for them too, but I wouldn't approve of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All
Cool.
right.
So what's your neighborhood story?
All right, hang on. I have
This
it,
is
I
really
promise.
good conversation. I'm real excited about this because it really ties into my whole story.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So I was looking up HOA complaints on Reddit, and it says, when I was younger, my dad started a limousine service. Before the company got big enough for its own office space and multiple limos, he'd bring his one limo to our home, which was detached condos with an HOA to clean and stock, sometimes leave it overnight when it was needed for a job. It lived in a storage the rest of the time. The presence of the limousine in the neighborhood was apparently distracting to the people on the board, so they passed a rule that you couldn't have a vehicle longer than X amount of feet parked
That's
in
so
front of your
stupid.
house overnight. Then the main old guy in the HOA got a huge RV that he would leave
Oh,
in front of his house for days at a time. So they got rid of the vehicle size rule and replaced it with a rule forbidding vehicles advertising a business. The limo had a decal on the driver's side with the name of my dad's limo company and the phone number. Then someone else on the board started a landscaping company and had a pickup truck with the name of the landscaping company on the side. So they changed the rule to only allow such vehicles to be in your driveway, not parked on the street. Since the pickup could fit in the owner's driveway, but a
oh
limo
my
couldn't
gosh.
fit in ours. Basically, rather than just make a no limo rule, they kept making rules that disallowed limos and then kept changing it when it would accidentally apply to anything but a limo. That's it.
That's kind of crappy of
That's
them. But
so
also it's kind of funny that they didn't just make the like
Yeah,
obviously you guys are
yeah,
targeting
yeah.
us.
Come on.
Oh my gosh. Did you send this to me?
Yeah, I
Do you want me
think.
to
Yeah,
do you want me to open it?
I bet that's it. That's it. I bet that's it. Yeah,
Because I didn't order this. Brie got me a birthday present, you
yeah.
guys.
Amy's birthday is Saturday. Saturday? Is it Saturday? Yeah.
It says you are one of one. There are millions of ways to create a pop, but only one you. Aw. That's actually really sweet because I am only one of me.
You are.
Although sometimes I always wondered if I had a secret identical twin. Oh, this is so hard to open. I don't want to ruin this cardboard. It's so cute. Shut the front door. It's me and my cats.
I've legit been wanting to make you one of these for like years.
It says A money on it. Oh my gosh.
I wanted to
It's
make you a
so
best friends
cute.
one with the both of us, but
Oh
like
my
it
god,
was
yeah.
yeah, eventually.
Bree, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Happy birthday.
I love it. You guys, it has the leopard print like what I
I know.
wear. I
I
like
was
the little
like that's
jacket.
perfect.
Oh my gosh. Is there a purse behind it?
I think she has a laptop.
Oh, it's a laptop. I see it now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love
Happy
it so
birthday.
much. That's so funny. I almost did one of those for you for Christmas. All right. So, are you ready for my story? Dun, dun, dun.
Yes, now I'm
All right.
excited for it.
Okay. So, I'm going to tell you about Ted Kozlowski.
Kozowski. I love the last name.
Ted
Kozowski Kowski.
Kozlowski. Kawasaki. I don't know. Okay, so Ted was born on May 22nd, 1942 in Chicago, Illinois. Do you know this man?
No,
I
but
bet
I
you
like
do.
his name.
Okay, so he
Do
was
I
born.
know him, like, personally?
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
Okay, so Ted was born on May 22nd, 1942 in Chicago, Illinois to a hardworking Polish-American couple. His father, a sausage maker, and his mother, a homemaker, had high hopes for their firstborn son, and they had every reason to believe that Ted would be a star. Early reports suggested that he was a bright child with a keen intellect, but Ted's early years also sowed the seeds for his later social isolation. Just at 6 months old, Ted was hospitalized for several months due to a severe allergic reaction. This long period away from his family created a feeling of separation, possible contributing to his eventual sense of alienation. He was reportedly very close to his mother during this time. Well, yeah, he was 6 months old, but he began to feel like an outsider, which is odd because he was only 6 months old,
Yep. Yep.
even in his own family. This separation from a normal social interaction would later play in a larger role in his inability to connect with others. From a young age, Ted showed remarkable intelligence, skipping grades and quickly outpacing his classmates academically. This giftedness, however, set the stage for his future loneliness. He often described as the odd kid, spending his time with books rather than playing sports or engaging in typical childhood activities. This pattern continued throughout his youth, and by the time he was in high school, Ted was already alienated from all of his peers.
Wow, that's really depressing. Okay.
Yep.
Poor
Despite
Ted.
his poor Ted, despite his brilliance, he had little in common with his classmates who were busy making friends and planning social events. Meanwhile, Ted spent most of his time absorbed in academic pursuits and perhaps more significantly, developing a deep sense of superiority over those around him. So, intellectual Ted's intellectual gifts led him to Harvard University at the age of just 16 years old.
Intellectual.
What did I say?
Intellectical.
Yeah, galactic.
What? Yeah, galactic. I was thinking more like electrical. It's perfect.
um, at the age of 16, Brie, and so he enrolled in 1958. At the time, Harvard was a breeding ground for the brightest minds in the country, but for Ted, it might as well have been an true intellectual.
Intellectual.
No, you said it wrong.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying it the wrong way for you.
No, say it the right way.
Intellectual. Intellectual. Wool.
Intellectual.
Intellectual.
It might as well have been an intellectual.
They're really smart, man, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. Words are hard.
I learned this in school. I learned it in school. It might as well
California
been.
education at its best, guys.
I'm just really bad at pronouncing some words.
I know. I'm just teasing you, I promise. I'm not taking any of this out.
And then I get it in my head, and
You're just gonna like popped up out of nowhere.
it might as well have been like a prison in his mind. So while his peers reveled in the exciting society life of Ivy League education, Ted had no interest in quote unquote fitting in. His sole focus was on expanding his knowledge, mostly in mathematics, a field where he excelled in. In fact, he was so brilliant that his professors had high expectations for him. But while Ted's academic greatness was unquestionable, his social life was non existent.
Oh.
The disconnect between Ted and his classmates was, like I said, stark. He was socially awkward, introverted, and had a tendency to act superior to everyone around him in college.
Sounds like Sheldon.
I feel like this is worse. The seeds of resentment against society, which would later fuel his violent actions, began to take root here. In his mind, his peers were little more than distractions, keeping him from the pursuit of higher knowledge. He viewed them as ignorant, content with the distractions of parties, sports, and small talk. So, like, even small talk was like, why are you doing that? At Harvard, Ted also participated in a psychological experiment by Dr. Henry Murray, where he was the subject to intense and often humiliating interrogation tactics designed to break his spirit.
That's so mean.
I mean, he was the one that participated in it.
Why was that a thing?
I have no idea. Some have speculated that this experiment, designed to test the limits of human endurance and mental strength, had a lasting impact on Ted, intensifying his hatred of authority figures and fueling his growth of disisolation with society. While the exact nature of Ted's reaction to the experiment remains unclear, it is undeniable that the future further exacerbated his alienation. Upon graduating from Harvard, Ted went on to earn a PhD in mathematics from the University of Michigan. But by then, he had already decided that school and the tramping of modern life was not for him. Ted was quickly turning away from the very world that had once seemed so promising. So, by 1971, Ted had enough. He made the bold decision to abandon school and head into the wilderness of Montana, hoping to find solace away from the clamor of modern society. This was no weekend getaway. Ted retreated to a small cabin near Lincoln, Montana, with no electricity, no running water, and virtually no human contact. In the quiet of the mountains, he believed he could escape the what is my problem today? Techno techno I just said it a little bit ago. Technological monster that had consumed the rest of the world. But his isolation wasn't peaceful for long. While he spent years reading, writing, and contemplating, his thoughts grew darker. Ted became obsessed with the idea that technology, industrialization, and modern progress were ruining humanity. In his eyes, civilization was the path towards self-destruction, and the only way to stop it was to dismantle the very system that allowed it to thrive. This physiological shift reached its highest point in his infamous manifesto, Industrial Society and Its Future, published in 1995. In this 35,000-word essay, Ted argued that technological advancements were stripped away human autonomy, and that only a return of simpler pre-industrial ways of life could save humanity from an inevitable collapse. His beliefs were not entirely unfounded. Many critics of modernity share some of his concerns, but Ted's solution was far from rational or peaceful. So, from 1978 to 1995, Ted engaged in a campaign of bombing that terrorized the United States.
What?
His victims, he believed, were symbols of the very system he despised. His first bomb was sent to the university professor, but the attack soon escalated, targeting airline passengers, university faculty, and anyone involved in advancing technology. Ted's bombs were designed to inflict maximum damage. They were often hidden in everyday objects such as packages and mails to avoid detection. So his first bomb, May 25th, 1978. It was in the Northwestern University in Everton, Illinois. His target was Buckley Christ, a professor of material engineering. A package was left in a parking lot addressed to Christ. A campus police officer, Terry Marker, opened it, causing the bomb to explode. Terry sustained minor injuries, including burns and cuts to his hand and face. A whole year later, May 9th, 1979, he sent another one to the same university, targeting a university personnel. The bomb was concealed in a cigar box and placed in a student lounge. It exploded when John Harris, a student graduate, opened it. He sustained minor burns and cuts. November 15th, that same year, he sent a bomb to American Airlines Flight 444.
Whoa.
En route from Chicago to Washington, D.C. The target was general aviation industry. It was a bomb in the cargo hold. It failed to fully detonate, but caused smoke to fill the cabin, forcing an emergency landing. 12 passengers were injured from smoke inhalation. And this bombing led to Ted being referred as the Unabomber.
Ah, that's who that is.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I've definitely heard of him. He's the reason why our packages are all checked.
Mm-hmm. And the Unabomb stands for, which I thought it would be like Uno bomb, like one bomb, like one bomber.
Is it uranium?
Nope, it stands for University and Airline Bomber.
Oh,
I really thought it was like one bomber.
I was like,
Uno
I said
bomber.
uranium.
How
Uno
dare.
bomber.
So
Una? That'd be Uno.
oh, that's true. Whatever.
And you're on Duolingo. Oh, you're doing French. You ain't doing Spanish.
But French and Spanish are actually remarkably
They are similar.
very similar.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so June 10th, 1980, the location was Lake Forest, Illinois. The target was Percy Woods, the president of United Airlines. A bomb disguised as a book was mailed to Wood's home. Wood sustained severe cuts and burns to his face and hands. October 8th, 1981. The location was University of Utah. Target was random individuals. A bomb was placed in a hallway but failed to detonate properly, and no one sustained any injuries in that one.
Okay.
May 5th, 1982. The location was Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee. The target was Patrick Fisher, a professor of computer science. The bomb, disguised as a package, exploded when opened by Fisher's secretary, Janet Smith.
That sucks.
I know, poor Janet. Janet suffered injuries to her hands and face. July 2nd, 1982, the location was University of California, Berkeley. The target was Diogenes Anklion. I'm not pronouncing it. He was an engineer professor. The bomb was placed in a break room and exploded when he attempted to move it. He suffered burns and shrapnel wounds to his hands and face. May 15th, 1984. The location was University of California, Berkeley again. The target was John House, a graduate student, which, why him? Was he like really smart? I don't know. The bomb was placed in a computer room. He sustained severe burns and lost 4 fingers.
Oh, that sucks.
Ugh. June 13th, 1985. You see how these are like getting more and more closer together. Location was Auburn, Washington. The target was Boeing Company, just a random employee. A bomb was placed in the company's parking lot but failed to detonate, and because it was safely diffused. So by now they're like catching on, right? Like,
right.
They're not, that's a package. Oh, is it? I don't know.
We have a name now to this guy. This is the Unabomber for sure.
The not
The
one
Uno
bomber.
bomber.
The Uno bomber. November 15th, 1985. The location was University of Michigan. The target was James McConnell, a psychology professor, and his assistant. A package bomb exploded in his office, and James suffered burns and cuts to his hands and face. December 11th, 1985. The location was Sacramento, California, which is only 2 hours from me. The target was Hugh Scruton. He was an owner of a computer store. That poor man.
That sounds like a fake name.
Hugh Scruton.
Hughes Crouton. Hugh Janus.
A bomb was placed in the parking lot of his store and it exploded when he moved it, and he was killed.
Oh, that sucks.
Making him Ted's first fatality. So February 20th, 1987, in Salt Lake City, Utah, the target was Gary Wright, an employee of a computer store. Why are we targeting these poor computer stores?
I know.
A
Come
bomb.
on.
Yeah, go after the big guys. A bomb disguised as
Radio Shack.
You know that there's still a Radio Shack open?
Yeah, I know I think there's multiple. I'm pretty sure a couple came back.
Oh, it was in Valdez, Alaska. And they sell guns also, and ammo bait.
Of course they do.
They sell guns and bait, like fishing bait too.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. That's pretty cool.
So the target was Gary Wright, a computer store. A bomb disguised as a piece of wood exploded when Wright moved it. He suffered severe nerve damage and lost partial use of his arm.
Oh, that sucks.
Just a couple more. June 22nd, 1993, in Tiburon, California. The target was Charles Epstein. Related?
Little close there.
Little relation. He was a geneticist. A bomb was mailed to Epstein's home and exploded when he opened it. He sustained severe injuries, including the loss of several fingers and hearing damage. June 24th, 1993, in Yale University in Connecticut, David Ernturn, he was a computer science professor. A bomb was mailed to his office and exploded when he opened it. He suffered severe burns and lost vision in one eye and part of a hand.
Oh, that sucks.
That sucks. December 10th, 1994. So far, we're at 15 bombs.
Dang.
So North Caldwell, New Jersey, Thomas Moser was the target. He was an advertising executive. A bomb was mailed to his home and exploded when he opened it. He was killed. April 24th, 1995, again in Sacramento, California, Gilbert Murray, a president of a timber industry lobbying group, a bomb was mailed to his office and exploded when opening it. He was also killed.
Oh, so we got 3 now.
16 bombs in total. Half of the bombs were used using the U.S. Post Office, and the other half was actually hand-delivered by Ted himself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did a lot of traveling.
He did a lot of traveling. I hope he got the airline, like Sky Miles for that.
Yeah, right?
Even though he was like targeting
airlines
because he didn't think that airlines were good. He's like,
get your points.
He's
your
like,
points.
I don't believe in what y'all are doing, but I'm going to use your service because I need to get across the United States. It's like when people are like, don't shop at Hobby Lobby because they're bad and they don't like gays, but I need to go in there because I need to get some paint. So at one point, he was one of the most wanted men in the United States. Oh my gosh, just like our man Brett.
He was on the list.
But the FBI was struggling to catch him. His anonymity only added to his mystique, where he was a brilliant yet angry mind, attacking the institutions that he believed were responsible for the world's ills. The longer he evaded capture, the more Ted seemed to be a shadowy figure operating from the margins of society, watching as the world he despised continued on its destructive path. So, his manifesto. In 1995, Ted made an unusual move. He demanded that his manifesto be published in a major newspaper. He promised to stop his bombings if the media complied. But the New York Times and the Washington Post were hesitant, but ultimately they agreed, believing the publication of his ideas would help them understand the motives behind his violence. The manifesto sent shockwaves through the public. While most people rejected his violent methods, many found his critiques of technology and modern society surprisingly compelling. Ted was not a madman. He was a smart man. He was a scholar with a coherent, if extreme, worldview. His manifesto touched on themes of freedom, autonomy, and the growing power of a large technological system, a critique that resonated with some segments of the population. Despite his best efforts, Ted's anonymity would not last forever. In 1996, after a trip from his brother, so his brother went and visited him up in Montana, the FBI tracked him down to his remote cabin in Montana. Ted was arrested and charged with multiple counts of murder and attempted murder. His trial became a media sensation, with many questioning how a man so brilliant could descend into such violence. In a plea deal, Ted eventually agreed to plead guilty to all charges, avoiding the death penalty in exchange for a life sentence without the possibility of parole. After his arrest, Ted was sent to his high-security prison where he would spend the rest of his life. In prison, he continued to write, often engaging in correspondence with scholars, journalists, and even philosophers who were fascinated by his ideas. Ted's life in prison was marked by a series of health issues, including a suicide attempt. Did you know that Ted just died July 7th of 2023?
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. In a federal medical facility, he was 81 years old. His death went largely unnoticed outside of the niche media outlets, but it brought an end to the life of a man who once captivated the nation with his brilliance and madness. So, his legacy is complicated. To some, he remains a symbol of the dangers of technological overreach and the alienation caused by modern society. To others, he's a cautionary tale, a man whose smart brain gifts were ultimately overshadowed by his capacity for violence. His life raises difficult questions about the intersections of genius, isolation, and societal discontent. And while his bombings left a trail of pain and destruction, his manifesto lives on as a dark reminder of the cost of unchecked ideological extremism. I'm not done. In summary, while both... Okay. Sorry, I had to stop there for a second. Let's take a second. That's the story of Ted, okay?
Okay.
I'm sorry, Ted, but that entire story that I just told you was written by ChatGPT. Sorry, Ted.
Who? What? Who's that?
ChatGPT. AI wrote that entire story, Ted. Sorry about it.
Wow. Wow.
Sorry, Ted.
Like word for word?
I changed some things, but yeah.
What? That's a slap in the face.
Sorry, Ted.
Sorry, not Ted. Sorry, not sorry, Ted. Wow.
So
That's hilarious. That's pretty freaking funny.
I had to ask like very specific questions for it to answer what I was asking so that I could get the answer that I wanted. But yeah, it was written by ChatGPT.
Well, you know, like
That's
nowadays.
why a lot of the words I couldn't pronounce.
Oh, well, you know, like nowadays, like if you Google like a story, like a lot of times if I Google to get information, AI will pop up with their
Yeah.
information.
They're like the Google summary.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, I don't have a link for that. How do I put a link in my thing for, even though I mean, we cite our source. If you need our sources, I still put them in my stories, but you know,
Oh yeah, in my stories. I was
yeah,
like, I don't send them to
I'm
you
gonna have to
anywhere.
dig through my stories, but I will give them to you. But I don't know how you get a link for that one. But wow.
Normally, it's, like, pulled from the first link, I think.
Oh,
Mm.
that's crazy. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so if you
Great.
go to
Good job, buddy.
chatgpt.com, you literally can ask it anything, and it will give you an answer. You can be like, "Write me a 4-paragraph essay about bananas," and it will.
Amy loves bananas. Amy, do you remember that time?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Amy loves
I
bananas
said
so
bananas.
much.
I said bananas because I saw a banana. The banana, one of the I have both of the bananas you
She
gave me are
loves
right here.
she really loves bougie bananas.
Look it. Those are my bananas right there.
Oh, it's a banana.
Okay. Why did I tell you this story, Brie? Because like everyone's heard of the Unabomber, right?
Right.
So I told you this because of Luigi Mangione, who,
Amy is currently obsessed with right now.
yes, I am. He is allegedly a suspect for the murder of the CEO, whatever his name was, because I don't remember his name, of the United Healthcare System. He was a CEO. So Luigi had a manifesto about like corporate corruption and the healthcare system and okay. How are they similar? How is Ted and Luigi similar, Brie? I will tell you. Thank you for asking. In summary, while both individuals were associated with the ideologically driven acts of violence against prominent figures of institutions, Ted's actions were part of a prolonged anti technology campaign, whereas Luigi's alleged act appeared to be a singular event, possibly motivated by grievances against the healthcare system. Now, are they similar? Yes. Was Luigi's a one-time off thing? Yes. Could be more. We don't know. But I think it's a whole of like taking down the system,
Right. The man.
the man,
Right.
and
Or
stopping,
woman, you know.
yeah, and stopping what is causing pain and deaths by other people, because technology, like people have died because of technology.
Right.
Healthcare, people have died because not getting healthcare.
We're
So
getting
I don't know.
less intelligent because of it. Or we could be
Yes.
getting less intelligent because of it.
Right. Yep. So I don't know. I thought that was really cool. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a cool story.
Thank you.
I didn't know all that
Sorry it
about
was
the
so long.
Unabomber. No, you're good. I didn't know all that about the Unabomber. Okay. All right.
Please tell me your story. I'm so excited to hear it.
So, with us traveling so much, I felt inspired to do we went to Tennessee, we went to Chattanooga. It's cool. Didn't really do a whole lot of sightseeing because we were like it was very go, 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 go. We were very in and out, but I wanted to do a story that involved Tennessee, or at least the area that we were in,
Yeah.
which we'll be going back in 2 weeks. Yeah,
Oh
2
God,
weeks.
Brie.
We'll be going to Nashville in 2 weeks, so I'm excited. We're gonna be spending an
Ooh.
extra day there then so that we can, like, really her competition's at the Gaylord Opry, which is, like, apparently, like, this really big, like, hotel fancy franchise thing. They have, like, food, malls, shopping centers in there,
Oh
ice skating.
yeah.
Yeah, it's, like,
Is
really
it the
cool
one
apparently.
where like it's like the whole street and it's all connected?
I have no idea, but
There's
all the her
there's
coaches made it sound like there's nothing you need they're like, "You don't even need to leave." We're not staying there, unfortunately, but we're staying
yeah,
on
I'm sure it's
Airbnb.
very expensive.
It's like it was like $250 a night.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but yeah. But I wrote this whenever we were in Chattanooga. So this
Oh,
is
okay.
kinda close to Chattanooga. It's, the South Pittsburgh Hospital.
Okay.
It is considered one of the most haunted places in Tennessee, which I feel like I start every story with that, and it is located in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee.
You don't start
Um,
it with the most haunted place in Tennessee in every story, Brie. I think that's the
true.
first time you've
You know
ever said
what?
that, actually.
This is the only 10 I see. So scary. Alright, so it's a more rural area at the foothill of the South Pittsburgh Mountain. I guess it's just, like, 30 minutes from Chattanooga.
Okay.
So, wanna guess who first resided on this piece of land?
Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, man, I wish.
Oh.
That would be perfect. No, Native Americans.
I'm
The lo
so dumb.
No, that Teddy Roosevelt first resided on this land, people. He was the first one on this land in
Such an
Tennessee.
American thing to
He's
say,
just the
it's so
best.
embarrassing.
Speaking of Theodore. So, no, the local Chyaha Native American tribe. During the Civil War, the tribe was generous and let Union soldiers store supplies on the property, but the area was later infiltrated by the Confederates. Both Union soldiers and the tribe were killed.
That sounds about right.
Typical. Yep.
Ah, that sounds like the American dream.
Ugh. It's terrible.
Gosh.
In the 1920s, a large plantation sat here until the entire thing perished in a fire. I don't know much on that one, but according to many sources, it took 7 children's lives.
Oh,
That's all I got from that.
okay.
Then in 1959, 4 medical professionals founded the facility and named it South Pittsburgh Municipal Hospital, or SPMH. SPM.
Spum.
SPM. The property was 68,000 square feet and was designed to meet the medical needs of the growing community. To add more ingredients to a paranormal hotbed, the property also sat on a solid rock of limestone.
That's not good.
It was just stirring up all the ingredients in there.
Got
The
all the paranormal ingredients.
The facility had a full medical staff. They did everything from delivering babies, x rays, and all sorts of emergencies. Normal work hours for the staff ranged from 16 to 18-hour days. It was typical for them to take a quick nap at work on their break, then get back to work right after. So they kind of like lived at work.
Yeah.
These doctors and nurses put a lot of time, care, and dedication into their jobs. The hospital was made up of 3 floors with many wings. Now, I can't find anything regarding mistreatment of patients. So, I really think that this was like your average hospital and it was a good hospital and the nurses and doctors actually were good nurses and doctors and gave a shit about their patients. So, I don't know.
I don't know, Brie.
I'm going to say so because, people die at hospitals. People are sick at hospitals. So they had illnesses, they had injuries and death. Like I said, it is a hospital. With it being a smaller hospital, it didn't have a morgue. So between one of the patient's bathrooms on the 3rd floor,
Oh,
kind
no.
of like a hidden closet, was what they called a body box, where they would basically keep the dead people until they could transport them where the patients wouldn't see them.
Do you know where patient 124 is? Yes,
It's
in the body box.
it's like you're going to the bathroom, but,
Oh,
like, on the
God.
opposite side of the wall, there's, like, 3 dead people, and it's just you have no idea. It's like,
Excuse me, where's the bathroom? Oh, yes, it's 2 doors down to the left. Okay, thank you. You opened the wrong door.
"Oh god. So sorry. I mean, uh" The hospital was closed in 1998, likely because of the size couldn't stand against the growing population.
Okay.
It was just too small. But it was purchased by a private owner and used for storage. And then the owner noticed some strange things happening around the facility and sought out help from paranormal investigators. Ronnie D,
Wait,
among
when
some
was that?
other this was like after 1998. I'm not sure when this exactly happened, but
Oh, okay.
the new guy purchased it probably somewhere in the 2000s.
Okay, sorry.
You're good. So the guy who owned it, who was the storage person, had some creepy stuff happening. So he sought out some paranormal investigators, and a paranormal investigator named Ronnie D, among some other investigators, were brought to the area. After what Ronnie had saw in 2018, so it kind of like jumps way forward. So I'm not sure exactly what the years are in between.
What happened? Okay.
Yeah, he eventually purchased the hospital and made it into a paranormal research facility.
Oh, wow.
So, upon let's get into the paranormal here. Upon purchasing it, Ronnie D, and his investigators spoke with former caregivers, nurses, and medical staff who claimed they had many experiences. So there was a lot of people saying that stuff was going on here, not just that owner.
Okay.
The former staff experienced doors opening and closing, hearing babies crying,
Mm-mm.
hearing disembodied voices, smelling cigarette smoke. They said they would catch objects moving on their own and even
Mm-mm.
see dark shadows going through the halls.
Nope.
Locals have claimed to have heard noises and seen ghost figures and mists. D said the first time he had been to the hospital was his first experience seeing a full body apparition. There is a 7-foot tall man shadow or figure shadow that is commonly spotted on the third floor, but can be pretty much be seen on any floor, from what I gather.
Oh, okay.
So they on one of the videos I watched, they showed the picture, and there's so many people have gotten pictures of this full body apparition. It is straight up a 7-foot like black shadow just straight up walking in the hallway.
No man
Like
was 7 foot back in the day. Not a
it is
single one.
very clear. It's like Shaq. So
No man or woman was 7 foot ever in the history of the history.
are you being for real?
They were short back then.
Okay, you mean like in the past. So I say
Yes.
there are people that are 7 foot.
Like in the history of history, they're all short.
Okay. But we've hit some growth spurts.
Well, yes, because we have expanded our technology.
There it is.
Sorry, let me take off my tinfoil hat. Okay.
It's all connected.
Oh my gosh! Ted had a point.
FBI. Okay. An active spirit in the hospital is a little boy who is bit by a copperhead snake.
Oh my
So I
gosh.
guess like the story was that like this little boy was gonna go fishing, and he talked about these worms, and he had all these worms. They weren't worms; they were baby copperhead snakes, and he
Oh
got bit by them and he
no,
died. I know.
baby.
His name was Buddy, and Buddy likes to play with balls and toys. He's very
Buddy.
active and he cooperates with a lot of investigators. They like have a whole
Aw.
separate room for him and bring him toys and stuff.
Aw.
Miss Nellie, who was a former patient there with dementia, she passed at the hospital. She was a patient who always kept patients company. Even after her passing, staff and guests claim that she would still come sit in their rooms to keep them company. And
Aw.
also, she doesn't like men coming into her room.
Neither do I.
Same Miss Nellie. In room 303, it belonged to who they called the Candyman. The Candyman liked meth. That's the kind of candy the Candyman liked.
Okay.
And he apparently was in and out of the hospital because he was
Ate too much candy.
Yes, ate too much candy, and he had to get clean. His shadow has been seen poking out of his room at night, like just
Wait, are
his
you
head,
being
like
serious?
yeah, for real,
Because he ate too much candy?
like meth, crystal meth.
Oh my gosh. I thought you said math.
No, he ate too much math. He was brilliant.
No,
He connected.
no, I thought you said that he liked math. And
Oh,
you're like, that's the type of candy he liked. I was like, that's a lame joke, but I'll let it slide.
okay. No, he liked meth, the crystal meth.
Math.
you know, the
Oh,
crackly snap, crackle, pop. Wow!
gotcha.
In your mouth type of stuff. Actually, I don't think you put it I don't know where you put it. In your nose,
Where
in
do
your
you
mouth,
put
in your
it?
bum. I don't know.
No, I
Wherever
think
it
you have to
goes.
smoke it.
I think there's many ways to ingest crystal meth.
There's the pipe, and then there's a tutor. And please
Can't
don't
you
ask me what
inject
a
it?
tutor is.
I
Yeah,
think
you
you can
can
light it up
like a
and then
syringe.
yeah, and then suck it up and then light and then
Mhm.
inject it. And you can probably
Mhm.
put it
Mhm.
I think on look, we need to be educated on crystal meth clearly. But
We should watch Breaking
fuck,
Bad again.
I did watch yeah, I love Breaking
I don't
Bad.
think they ever showed them
They
actually
snorted it.
using the meth.
He snorted it. That one Mexican guy when he snorted, he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He's
God.
like all crazy. He's like Anyway, we're getting way off topic.
Wow. Okay, Mr.
Okay.
Candyman.
On Paranormal Quests, YouTube paranormal investigators, they investigated the hospital. The first thing they noticed was a hospitality bell that they had set up kept on going off. Like it was constantly going off. It almost made it seem like whatever was messing with it was just fucking with them. And like they're like, can you please like actually have this conversation with us and ring it once for yes and twice for no? And it'll just go ding, 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 ding. And they're like, can you please stop ringing the bell or we're going to take it away? And it went ding, 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 ding. And they're like, all right, we're taking the bell away. It's like, it's probably the little boy. That's what I would do as a ghost, though. Like, I'd really mess with people.
I agree.
Also on the show, on the ghost box device that they use, like where they like it says like common words to translate for
Yeah.
things. In particular, it caught them something saying, listen to me, then Margaret. Then from their questions, they believe she worked in housekeeping. Further into investigation, the ghost box also said, can you hear it? Then immediately after that, they heard footsteps running from around them.
Ew.
Yeah, it was really creepy how it happened. Like, it was like perfect timing. In another instance, while investigating, one of the investigators feels something poke him and they ask if anything did it and why. The ghost box pops off and says, pathetic, then I see you. Pathetic.
Poking them. Pathetic.
Little baby. Paranormal Quest experienced many things during their visit. Unfortunately, they were unable to show it all because of some serious tech malfunctions that also happened.
Oh,
They
yeah.
also experienced things like unexplained noises, lots of conversation, crying.
Aw.
On an EVP, they managed to hear what sounded like Nelly and Candyman, which were two of the names that I mentioned. They
Which
attempted to
is
communicate.
Nelly is singing the song, I'll take you to the candy shop.
That's not Nelly.
Whatever.
Hot and so hot.
I
And
was. Let me have it.
All right, fine. Nelly sings Candy Shop. All
Okay.
right. They attempted to communicate with Buddy, but didn't get much other than a cat ball rolling when they left the room.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, they like you know what I'm talking about, like the little they call them cat balls, and they're like they look like little cat balls, like little cat ball toy, and whenever they roll around, they light up.
Gotcha. I thought you were
But
talking about
it's a
like
cute little investigation tool.
That's cute.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about like a ball of yarn.
I figured that's why I felt the need to explain it. It's
Thank
okay.
you.
All right, so I have some Yelp I'm Scared reviews. There are so many
Yay!
reviews of this place. This place is a really great place. It seems to because you can go there and go investigate, and it seems like a great starter place. And more than likely, you're going to have something happen.
Yeah, kind of like one of those things to like keep you motivated.
Yeah.
To keep going.
Like I had to be picky with which one of these I chose because there were so many reviews. So
wow.
the first one is from a Facebook post and it says, just did my first haunted tour / investigation, got really once in a lifetime experience in the ER. We heard a hospital bed rolling on the ground, followed by our guide Steven and 2 other people in our group get scratchy throats, followed by REM pod and K2 meter going off in tandem with each other. I then got full body chills and felt statically charged. Amazing experiences.
Wow.
And Amanda said, we did the 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. tour and it did not disappoint. So the daytime tours have stuff happen too. We heard a lot of different noises, got to witness Miss Nellie open her bedroom door, watched a
Oh.
ball roll across the floor from out of nowhere, and I even got to play ball with one of the little boys, Buddy. It was honestly a real treat and a fun experience. I could not recommend this enough.
Why do I want to go there so bad?
I do too. We were only like 30 minutes from it. I was like, please, Josh, like take me here. But we had to get home. So
That makes sense.
I guess not really. Stupid. This next one is from a Jan and it says, awesome time with Chris as our guide. We had some activity with a head getting touched, lights being lit up by a spirit, and lots of orbs. Recommend. Thank you, Ron J.
Oh.
A Kayla said, amazing tour. Sam was fantastic. I was personally touched 3 separate times in 3 different areas. I
Ugh.
also managed to capture a few shadow images. I highly recommend this visit. Like, how often are you excited to be touched by something that you don't know what it is?
Don't want it. I don't
That
want to
would
be
be
touched
the
by
only time.
anybody.
A Kyra said, amazing place. Highly recommend. The owner is great and the volunteers are amazing as well. Personally, I got tapped by one of the kind spirits on the first floor. Jim, I believe another person in my group also saw a ghost all in white.
Ugh.
Sharika said, we had activity on all 3 floors from the ugly man on the first floor from one of the other investigators. They're getting slapped on the second floor.
I don't want to be slapped.
Then on the third floor in the psych part, the girls got ran out. The tour guides were very knowledgeable, friendly, and helpful. Also, the owner was very helpful and great and worked with us every possible way. He's also doing a fantastic job fixing the place back up. Can't wait to see it when it's finished. And I got one more. A
Okay.
Philip said, I'm with Dark Star Paranormal Project that was out first investigating as a group and it lived up to its rep. And we talked to Jim, and in case you want to know, he loves classic rock. He really liked Freebird and he seemed to like the guitar solos in it, and he was waiting on the rest of the team to get there. We started seeing the spirits watching us, especially the little girl in pink dress. I heard Grumpy. They said he has a really deep voice, seen a
Ew.
few shadows running down a shadow hallway a few times. The staff was great and they really know their information about the hospital. We do plan on doing overnight investigation, I believe. Thanks for letting us come there. We are looking forward to coming back. Sorry,
Is
the people typing this and I basically copy and paste all their wording and people
yeah.
don't know how to type.
Is Jim
I
a
think Jim
worker?
is a ghost. I think Jim is a ghost.
I would hope so, because that would be weird. Be like, I played this song for Jim and he
Yeah, I
liked it.
know. Whenever I read that, I was just like, interesting. Like, if I ever go there, do I need to like play Freebird?
If I get the tour guide Jim.
Or am I going to be playing it for a ghost? Like,
But then it was weird that he
no.
said Jim waited for the rest of the
I
staff.
know. I know. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
It's very confusing. I get it. Okay. As of today, the hospital is still being used as a paranormal research facility. It is open to the public and investigators for 24/7, 365 days a year.
Wow.
Tours can be public or private, day or night, and you got to bring your own gear, I believe. I'm pretty sure you have to bring your own stuff.
Okay.
So if you're going to go there,
Noted.
get your own equipment. It seems like a great starter location if you're just getting your feet wet in the paranormal community. And
I
that
love
was
that.
the South Pittsburgh Hospital in Tennessee, just
I
outside
think
of Chattanooga.
I think that one's on my list of one of my favorites.
Yeah, it seems very harmless and like you can get like a little bit of an adrenaline going, but like you don't feel like you're going to come out of there dead.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you're going to go in the body box.
Ugh. I love that. Thank you, Bree.
Welcome, buddy.
That was so good. That was a good one. Okay. Let me tell you my neighborhood story.
By the way, shout out to Edgewater Gymnastics. When this comes out, the bronzes and the silvers will be competing, and
Go,
You girls kick
Charlotte.
butt. Charlotte, you kick butt. It is like I can't even like tell you what kind like how cool of an environment it is going to these things. Like it is so cool. Seeing everybody cheer for each other and how like into it everybody gets is so cool.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that so much. Charlotte,
Hopefully
bring home a gold.
yeah.
Okay, so I got this from, I think it was Reddit. It says, when I was younger, our front neighbors stole our dog from our backyard one day,
What?
and we didn't find out it was them until a few months later when we saw our dog in their yard.
What?
Bruh.
Is that it?
That's it.
Oh my god. I'd be so pissed. I need to know what else happened.
I know. Did they get their dog back?
Yeah.
That's all it said.
Wow.
I
And
don't know.
also, like, how do you not notice? Like, you just don't know these people that well, but like,
Well, if they're keeping the dog in the backyard
yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
and like you live across the street or something, you're not going to see their
That's
backyard.
crazy though. How do you not know? How do you not hear them barking?
Don't all dogs
Like,
sound the same?
no, dogs do not sound the same. Although same breeds sound similar. Like Dakota's bark sounds. We have a pit bull that's like 2 doors down. Sounds exactly like Dakota, and I think it's Dakota sometimes. But no, different dog. They're slightly different. I know my dogs bark.
Maybe this dog didn't bark.
Maybe he had his barker removed.
Or they just like kept it out to go outside to go potty and then like brought it back inside.
Yeah, maybe that. That's crazy.
I'd be so mad.
Yeah, I would be too.
Like, what do you do? Like, that's my dog. No, it's
Yep.
not.
Not anymore.
You can't gaslight me like that.
Mm-mm.
But I keep an eye on my dog, so
Sames.
we're gonna get.
Yep.
I have to eat dinner.
And I gotta go to
So,
sleep. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for my Funko Pop. I love it so much.
You're welcome.
It's
I'm so glad you
literally
opened it while
cute.
we were doing this. Yay. Good.
Yeah, Alice was
I'm
like,
glad I
"Mom,
got to watch you open it.
Alice was like, "Mom, can I open this?" And I was like, "I don't know what that is." And I was like, "That has to be from Brie because that's not for me."
It's
I
kind of
didn't get
funny
it.
that you got a package that you didn't know who it was from, and you did a story about the Unabomber. It could have been a bomb.
And you're just like, "Yeah, I think that's it." What?
I wasn't sure. I didn't know 100%.
Brie, that's such a good point. Oh my god, I'm glad I didn't die.
Yeah, I am too. I've been really sad. I'm gonna redo this episode again.
Yeah.
Not again.
You're like, well, okay, I guess Amy's dead. Anyways.
Anyway, let's finish this. Let's wrap this whole show up.
All right, have you checked in on the neighbors?
What's with the neighbors?
Brittany,
Amy.
out. Shh. Say hi to your cats for us.
Don't get dead.